Adding dry pasta to a dish in progress without boiling it first seems like a beginner cooking mistake, right? Not so fast. We're here to show you how one YouTube chef achieves delicious results by doing just that. Pasta is one of Italy's best-loved foods and an easy, delicious meal. While fresh pasta is delicious and indulgent, most people opt for dried pasta when it comes to everyday cooking. The traditional way is to cook your dried pasta in abundant, boiling salted water until it's al dente. In other words, ever so slightly undercooked, and then drain it. Add the cooked pasta to the sauce, possibly along with a bit of the water it's boiled in, serve and enjoy. Easy, right? While fresh pasta barely needs boiling, it's obvious why you need to cook dry pasta. Before its water bath, it's hard and crunchy, making it more suitable for children's art projects, not for dinner.
See, the hard part is to find a pasta that captures the individual.
Yeah. Why fusilli?
Because you're silly.
But one of the great advantages of pasta dishes is the opportunity to get a vegetable, protein, and carb source into one magical meal. What if you could avoid the extra pot for boiling your pasta in and cook your dried pasta in its sauce instead of adding it afterward? That would eliminate both an extra pot and the extra time for boiling the water and your pasta. The short answer? You can. Adam Ragusa has done some impressive experiments with baked pasta dishes and has found a way to adjust any baked pasta recipe so that your noodles are cooked through without pre-cooking them. When you're preparing baked pasta, your pasta and its sauce are in a hot oven for over half an hour, though the exact timing depends on the dish. When you figure that boiling your pasta takes only about 10 minutes or so, it seems like the baking time should be used for cooking the pasta too, no? The problem is moisture. Ovens are dry heat and pasta is already dry, so you need to supply enough moisture to rehydrate your pasta. This is where things get a bit dicey, and where you can end up with saucy, crunchy pasta if you don't pre-cook your noodles, which is a sad fate of affairs. So what does Ragusa do? It's a genius move in its simplicity. He follows the original recipe to the letter, but then tops the completely prepared pasta dish with a pinch of salt and enough water to cover it completely. The water supplies the additional hydration, and the salt is there to supply the extra dash you'd get from cooking your pasta in salted boiling water. The dish cooks just the same, though Ragusa suggests you give it a few more minutes of cooking time than its water-free counterpart. To support his claims, Ragusa tested his method out on video so that viewers could see how he proceeded. He made 3 identical batches of the same recipe, but he dealt with the ziti in 3 different ways. One set he boiled per directions, one set he did not cook at all and added straight to the recipe, and the third was the pasta that got the layer of water over the top. What did Ragusa conclude from these experiments? The first set was very good, the second set too hard, and the third was, drumroll, just right. Ragusa noted that this method will result in more heavily flavored noodles, but other than that, it's mostly indistinguishable from the regular way of making it. Ragusa is pretty convincing and even takes a stab at figuring out why so many recipes still insist on parboiling.
My best guess is that it's a habit that was left over from the days when all pasta was fresh.
Makes sense, right? Still, if you're not sold, there is another approach you can take too, which Sarah Moulton endorses. She soaks the pasta in warm salted water for 45 minutes before adding it to its sauce and popping it in the oven. But Ragusa's insights don't stop there. Empowered by this discovery, Ragusa whittled down the bowls, pots, and steps even further. He showed us how to make a fridge clean-out baked pasta in one pot by using whatever he found in his fridge. First, he added shallots and leftover greens. Then he added crushed tomatoes, thin sliced meat, cheese, seasonings, and as much pasta as he could fit into the dish. Lastly, he employed the water trick, accented with wine. After baking it for an hour and adding more mozzarella on top, the end result was a delicious, easy way to use some leftover food.